the kingdom of Cephallenia, as was Ithaca too, and Odysseus, Ulysses, had been its second prehistoric king. During the classical era, Zakynthos was an independent democracy. Afterwards, it was successively under the Hellenistic, the Roman, and the Byzantine rule as part of the respective empires. After 1185 AD, Zakynthos became a county of the Kingdom of Naples. From 1474, Zakynthos was under the rule of the Venetian Republic. During this period, it was strongly influenced in music, literature, theatre, and language. In 1798, a period of instability began when Zakynthos was under the successive rule of French and Russians. In 1809, Zakynthos became a protectorate of the British Empire. In 1864, it was ceded by Britain to Greece to stabilize the rule of the newly crowned king, George III. In 1953, Zakynthos was hit by a series of powerful earthquakes. 90% of the buildings were destroyed. A handful of buildings remained standing in the town: the school on Amos, St. Dionysius Cathedral, the National Bank on Solomon Square, and the Church of St. Nicholas on the Quay. The town was rebuilt with many facades, saving elements of the neoclassical Venetian style with successive archways.
I'll find out later on it's in the web proper.
The building on the right side, the pin, over here, is the School of Amos. It's one of the 4 buildings that survived after the earthquake in 1953. On the right side, we see the statue of Grigorios Xenopoulos, a popular theatre writer of modern Greece. And here on the right is Dionysios Solomos, Chrysos National Point.
St. Dionysius Cathedral at the harbour was built in 1925. Inside it reposes St. Dionysius of Zakynthos, patron saint of our island, who lived in the 16th-17th century. The visitors of the church can admire the Byzantine-style wall paintings and icons. The bell tower of the church is a copy of San Marco's bell tower in Venice.
Next to the church, here on the right, is a monastery of St. Dionysios. The town floor is a museum. We see the church from the other side. And 25 in August, we have a big celebrate of St. Dionysius Church, big fiesta. More from 100,000 people, they pass from the church for 2 days, 24 and 25 in August. On the right side, we see the front of the church. It's a beautiful inside. From here we can see the bell tower on the right side much better. Like we said before, it's a copy of the bell tower San Marcos in Vienna. Now we're going to see the other side of town. It's also very nice.
Zakynthos is the fatherland of many distinguished poets and writers. On the square of Amos, near the cathedral, you can see the statue of Grigoris Xenopoulos, a popular theatre writer of modern Greece. Great poets born in Zakynthos are Andreas Kalbas, Dionysius Solomos, Greece's national poet, and Hugo Foscolo, Italy's national poet. The national anthem of Greece contains the verses of Solomos' Ode to Liberty, 1821. Venetians loved our island and named it Zante, but they often also called it Fioro di Levante, Flower of the Orient. Venetians constructed many public works, like the port, nearly 400 years old, and the canal of St. Carolambos. The canal was constructed for the drainage of the plains, which led to a notable improvement in farming and the overall economy of the island. Zakynthos is one of the greenest islands in Greece, with a long rainfall season during the winter months, and a large agricultural production of virgin olive oil, black raisins and currants, 90% of which is exported to Great Britain. Currants were introduced during the British rule, and soon they became one of the most important local agricultural products.
So we have three names: Zakynthos, Zande, Flower of the Orient. Most people, they call it Zakynthos. Italian people, they call it Zande. Here on the right side, we have a fresh fish every morning. It's a very difficult job, and the money is not really good. Some people, they're working very hard, and some people, they're coming in the island with the beautiful boats, like here on the right, but also many famous people. Last year, we was Madonna here. It was Michael Douglas with a bigger boat of this, very old, very old. I don't know who is inside, maybe somebody famous. They coming this morning, and we don't have seen nobody yet.
I have.
We saw them.
We're very lucky.
I just saw Michael Douglas on Madonna.
Oh my god, that would be absolutely.
The town's most important square is Solomon Square. One of the buildings surrounding the square is the Church of St. Nicholas on the Quay. This church was originally built on an islet stuck to the shore, but the area was later filled in, and the square was created around the beginning of the 19th century. On the square you can see the statues of two national poets of Greece and Italy respectively, Solomos and Foscolos, both of Zakynthos origin. There is also the Byzantine Art Museum, with Byzantine paintings and icons of famous Zakynthos painters from the 15th to 18th century.
If you're looking on the left side, on the top of the hill of the town, we see the area of Pohali on the left, on the top of the hill. Near to the top is a Venetian castle they built in the 16th century. We see again.
Looking at the top of the hill above the town, you can see the area of Pohali. From there, you can take a nice panoramic view of the town and the port. While you're there, you should also take a walk to the very top of the hill and visit the ruins of the old Venetian castle, which was built in the 16th century.
I show you the road for the Pohali if you want to go. The view from there is very nice. The mountains on the right side cross the sea to the other side. It's not very clean today. There is the Peloponnese. After there is the big cities, Patra and Athens. We take the boat from here to the port of Peloponnese. It's a 1 hour away by boat. And after there, by car or by bus, in 5 hours we are in Athens. I'm sorry about the roads. It's very old. I try very hard to do my best.
Doing very well.
Here on the right side, we passed one small but beautiful beach. You can have your coffee, your beer, or everything. On the left side, on the top of the hill, we see lots of olive trees. The olive oil for Greece is very important. The olives can be ready beginning November to collect it. The small houses we see on the right side over here is the first ones they built after the earthquake in 1953. In the beginning, all the town, it was like this on the right side. Before the earthquake, in 1953, any house they have a small garden like here on the right with lemon tree or orange tree. This one is a lemon tree on the middle. But the last years we don't see very often this. The town changed too much. On the left side we see the front of the church, San Triada.
In the very center of the town is situated St. Marcos Square, where you can find the Museum of Prominent Zakynthos, which includes the mausoleum of Calvus and Solomos. In addition, on St. Marcos Square, there is a Catholic church built by the Venetians and dedicated to San Marco of Venice. From the square begins the main shopping road of Zakynthos, Alexander Roma Street, which runs parallel to the port road.
We'll see all this in a minute. Here we are now on this small road. In Zakynthos we call it Kadunya. Till to the 1960s, every night, the men's, it was coming over here with guitar and playing music for the ladies on the balconies. We see a beautiful balcony on the right side. And the ladies was throw away flowers to them. Every night, 10, 20 guys with guitar, they play music all night. It was very romantic. They don't do that anymore.
Why not?
I'll give you an idea. You can do it tonight.
Okay.
It's gonna be nice.
20 guys with guitars.
On the left side, we see another two houses. It's the first ones they built. You see how similar they look each other. All the town, it was the same. If you want to see the photograph, the pictures from the old Zakynthos before the earthquake and after, you have to go to the promenade museum, Andreas Carvos and Dionysios Solomos, in San Marcos Square. I show you where it is. The town was completely different. It was more nice.
Very nice.
From here on the right, this road, we go to Pohali and Castle. On the left side, in a minute, we see one of the most beautiful church in town. They call it Metropolis. They built in the 1963 in a Venetian style. On the left side. And if you're looking on the right, between the buildings on the right side, we see the beginning of Alexander Roma Street and San Marcos Square. There is a shopping center, the center of the town. I show you the easy way to go to the shopping center. The local people, we live on this island. We are 45,000 people. July, August is a high season for the island. We are nearly 500,000 people with the tourists together. Let's make some troubles. Traffic, noisy, and 45 degrees.
Down the hills you can see across the sea in front of us is located one of the three major tourist resorts of Zakynthos, Argasi. Behind Argasi to the east is located Laganas Bay, which is a national marine park for the protection of the short-headed sea turtle Careta careta. From Argasi to the south extends Vasilikos village with some of the nicest sand beaches of the island.
The big mountain on the left side, they call it Skopos. Behind there is a bay of Lagana, Kalamaki, Sekanya. They have it also protection area about the sea turtle Careta careta. The sea turtle, they coming out to the beach beginning June, still to the end of the August. Every summer to the same beach, to the same area. They make 150 eggs each. From the 150 eggs, only 30 or 40 that survive. Most from the baby turtles, they lose their rolls for the sea.
This is the end of our tour. We thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoyed it and that you will keep a nice memory of our town.
If you want to go to the shopping center, it's just between the buildings on the right side, straight to in the square. Thank you very much. You come by train. Have a nice evening and nice holidays.